So in this video I'd like to go through all the drawings I did for Figuary. So this sketchbook already had a couple of other little things in it, but then we got underway pretty quickly. So I don't have a whole lot to talk to about many of these. I'm just going to slowly go through. You can see how unconfident these lines are, these hairy, searching lines. All over the place. That's something that it's quite frequent. Again, searching lines. That's my cat. She says good morning. So I think I have something that made a difference to me in these earlier sketches is rather than trying to find a shape like that, finding a shape with a softer edge allowed me to be a little bit more forgiving of myself, I guess. These are those really quick gestures on day 3. I actually really like these. Hey, sweetheart. They tend to, I think going faster helps me not overthink the pose and become a little bit more fluid. Something else I've noticed is that warming up is important, and those 1 minute gestures right at the start of a lot of these sessions were a little bit more stiff compared. These ones were kind of okay. Starting to over-exaggerate some of these shapes a little bit. I realised I was under-accentuating a lot of them, and I figured, well, there's nothing wrong with going over the top, and then later on down the track I can rein that into a more sensible shape. And that's something that's really paid off already in some of my other sketches since Figuary. If anyone asked me, is Figuary worthwhile, I would 100% say yes. Do it. Okay. I really like day 8. This guy is fantastic, especially the context of having a somewhat more chubby man in all these quite slender women. Things like this shape here in the buttocks, I'd never have done that from imagination. That's a very weird shape, and I don't mean to sound insulting or negative to the man at all. These shapes presented here are just not what I had in my head when I imagined bodies. Starting to put in some shadow shapes, just blocking, just hard edge shadow shapes, dividing the figure into light and dark, no mid-tones. It gives things a bit more volume, where I had the time. I didn't always have the time. Some days were better than others. Oh, I think I changed it up to a charcoal stick that I found, but it didn't grab me so much. I don't know, I think it may have been part to do this paper not having a huge amount of tooth. Oh. Something to work on later, but perhaps in the future I shouldn't change medium in the middle of one of these challenges. So I ran that sketchbook out quite quickly, and that brought me to this one. I did have a nice charcoal pencil. So where are we at? Day 12 now. Already you can see some of the sketchiness has gone out of the lines. The accuracy still isn't quite there, but the confidence in seeing a line, knowing where I want to put it, and then doing that in a single sweep was starting to come through. These 3 were my absolute favourite ones I've done for the month. I peaked early. I can't remember the name of this model, but these really nice shadow shapes I think just make it fantastic. They're not a Lane Brown drawing, not by a long shot, but by my standards, I was really proud of how these turned out. Something to aspire to again, because I sort of lost it somewhere after that. You know, some days you just weren't feeling it. But I guess that's the whole point of doing it every day, is you develop a habit. And it's funny actually, because I've continued to keep drawing these on the Croquis Cafe, which I might show as well while we're here. One little trick I've seemed to notice in Lane Brown's drawings is putting a darker edge on the shadow shape than the shadow itself. It has a very attractive look to it. Oh, this is funny. This was a blind contour drawing day, which is just wow. I understand they're not meant to make attractive drawings. And in this book I have, where is it? Oopsie daisy. This book, Nicolaides, which I have yet to go through and do the exercises. Blind contour drawing is a huge part early on in that book, so I guess I'm going to do a lot more of those in the future. I like this guy, he's quite angular. It's again coming from the smooth curves of all the female models to this quite jagged, hard-edged man is one hell of a change of pace. Lots of 1 minute drawings that day. Not sure what day we're on now. I did notice a tendency in the 5 minute drawings for me to start overthinking things again. I got angry with that one. It's not often I get angry enough to scribble something out, but sometimes you just got to walk away and come back to it at a later date. Day 18, there we go. Or the 18th, I suppose. Again, I like this one as well. That dark edge on the shadow. It's just, I like it. Changed to a different pencil, I think, somewhere around here. Yes, we're into the foreshortening lessons. It's a quite valuable exercise. I enjoy it. I enjoy doing the foreshortenings. I don't know if it comes easy to me or not. I did read drawing on the right side of the brain quite a while ago, and I don't know if that's assisted me. This was trying to get a bit more of that Richard Powell-esque energy into these figures. Not worry so much about looking good, just getting the feel of things. She looks like a chicken. Oh yeah, I think this is the day the model was on a pedestal that slowly rotated, and that that made things difficult. I wasn't ready for that. As you can see in this one, I got a little bit lost and was having to do these I've forgotten what they're called, lines that curve around the edges of things to show the volume. Yeah, getting a bit ugly there, getting a bit lazy. This was for a Proco challenge that I ended up not participating in. Closed figures. So I did do the figure itself in grey lead and then go over the top using a red crayon. But I kind of wish I didn't in hindsight. I think I would like to have them side by side to compare, and also drawing the figure twice probably wouldn't have hurt. It's day 22 now. Starting to realise I have a tendency to shorten the legs of the whole figure. So there we are, from the top of the head to the bottom of the pelvis, and yeah, feet should be probably down here off page, to be honest. Similar thing over here, she's got quite shorn, stumpy legs. But ignoring the legs, I do quite like how the figures turned out. This is on the 23rd. This one was not related to Figuary, but was a Skillshare drawing. Dividing the character into, again, shadow shapes of dark and light, but from two different lighting sources. So this is a cool light source and a warm light source from this direction. Back at it. rather than blocking shadow shapes, I started playing with this brush marker filled with water and ink. Brush pen, sorry, filled with water and ink. And an idea that I got from a Proco video involving Miss Jisoo, I believe her name is, a student of Kim Jong-ji's. Again, with the consistently shortening the legs, so I need to practice that. I love this one. I don't know why. Something about the hair and the hands and just feels a bit more real and energetic, even though the lines are all scribbly. But I like that one. I think I might have started to get my figures sorted out a bit around here. But again, lots of practice necessary. I like the costume for that one, very fun. So I'm nearly through the month now, but I was running out of sketchbooks. And so I had to resort, sorry, my cat likes to eat this, to this newsprint pad. So using a big old blunt piece of charcoal, I figured why not just see how we go. Now this was the, you call it, these were the drawing sessions where a man was rolling a ball from one foot to the other, and we had to try and draw him while in motion. That was quite a fun exercise. This is non-archival paper, and these charcoal smudges quite a lot on it, so I apologise for that, it's quite messy. This was the people moving boxes. A lady moving a box in which she had to try and draw her while she continued to move. Again, these are some okay drawings, I suppose, but not as nice as some of those ones I had around the 13th. Getting a bit messy. I guess getting a bit tired in the marathon that is drawing for 20-30 minutes every day. Going back to pencil now, getting a bit more angular. And with a couple of these, just couldn't find the line. For these drawings, I was using these graphite sticks. I'd just like to say that I didn't rush out and buy a variety of tools and that I hadn't used before, but I bought this box of art supplies off a lady on Gumtree, and it had all these sorts of things in it. Just had a piece of pencil that day. Where are we? I think we're actually done. Where are we? I think that's it. Didn't date these. But since then I have developed a bit more of a habit, and I've been using this pad to come through and do more of these drawings, using some of these pastel pencils that I got in a art subscription box. And I just can't recommend enough how much of an impact going the Crocky Cafe, Love Drive drawing with Kenzo. Like, I couldn't have drawn anything like that over a month ago. It's fantastic. So anyway, that's probably enough right there. So if you are thinking about doing Figuary in 2021, I say yeah, 100% go for it. It doesn't matter if you make a lot of messy drawings, and I think the fact is that you learn so much from it that it's just, yeah, it'd be silly not to. So if Kenzo or the people at Crocky Cafe, Larry Withers, sees this, I just want to say thank you very much for providing that for me. It's been a wonderful month. Thank you. And thank you for watching.